Welcome to the Voices of Sisters podcast. I'm Eileen Lemelman, your host, and we bring all kinds of visionaries, leaders, and innovators to you, making sure that they talk about all the things that they bring to you in terms of health, longevity, and wellness. And today I'm thrilled to be joined by Dr. Ryan Brown. He is an innovator in health and wellness. He bridges Eastern and Western medicine together beautifully to bring all different kinds of cutting edge techniques and treatments so that you can live a long and vital life. And so we're going to have a little conversation with Dr. Brown, and he's going to share all the things that he does in his clinic and what you can look forward to hearing about in our longevity conference, where he will be a keynote speaker on November 6th at Mirasol Country Club in Palm Beach Gardens.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Ryan Brown. It's nice to meet all of you. So I have a little clinic here in Jupiter, Florida. I do a lot of anti-aging and aesthetics, hormone replacement. I got into this area because I really loved it. I ended up doing a fellowship in functional medicine and really trying to get the body to its optimum level. Figuring out ways that I can cut back time, doing procedures like hyperbaric medicine, stem cell therapy. We do tons and tons of IVs here for hydration. People that are vitamin deficient, we not only do that, we draw labs to see which vitamins you're deficient in, and then we can replace those specific ones based on you. We do, in my opinion, cutting edge stem cell therapy, where I can actually take stem cells from either your fat or your bone marrow. And those stem cells are mesenchymal stem cells, which can basically turn into anything that they need to. We can either inject those back via IV, we can put those in joints. We have a multitude of different things that we can do with those stem cells, and the anti-aging is beyond what we understand. Right now there's massive studies being done in Sweden on stem cells, on anti-aging, on hyperbaric medicine. They've also found that putting a patient in a hyperbaric chamber immediately after stem cell therapy, if you can do at least 10 hyperbaric treatments, it increases the efficacy of the stem cells 8 times. So not 8% or 800%, 8 times the efficacy. So there's all kind of new cutting edge stuff that's coming from overseas, and we're trying to just get involved with everything.
You know what I'm curious about, Dr. Brown? How did you get involved with the passion that you have to really use these cutting edge techniques to help people live longer?
Yeah. So for me, it's not even about living longer. For me, it's about quality of life. I want to be able to live into my 80s and then hopefully one day just pass on quickly. But I want to see people in their 70s and their 80s and their 90s that are living healthy, happy lives, that aren't in, nursing homes, that aren't in places they don't want to be mentally. So my ultimate goal is to have you feel amazing and look amazing and be neurocognitively there until you're into your late 70s, 80s, 90s. And to me, that makes a huge difference. If I can make somebody feel better when they're 70, 80, 90 years old, it changes their whole disposition on life. It makes everything worth it. They go to their kids' school, they go to watch the plays, they go enjoy their family, and they can actually be there enjoying it, watching it, remembering everything. So to me, it was an amazing opportunity once I did the fellowship to really understand just how things work. And I fully agree with some of modern medicine, but I also think there's a lot of stuff that we can augment it with to make it a whole lot better.
So could you share with us one actionable step that our listeners could take with them that could help them live, as you describe it, a vital, healthy, strong, long life?
Yeah. So if I could tell you guys anything, and this doesn't cost a penny to do, is to clean up your diet. Start going with more of a ketogenic diet. Start eating grass-fed beef. Start eating range-free eggs. Start just really trying to clean up your diet. Cut the processed foods out. Cut them all out if you can. Cut the processed sugar. If you need to eat sugar, eat natural sugar. Don't eat sucralose. Don't eat any of these fake sugars. What they do is they cause these fake insulin spikes. So they did a study with monkeys. And the study with monkeys, they gave them a ton of bananas. When they gave them a ton of bananas, their insulin levels skyrocketed and came back down and leveled off. Then they did the same study with biscuits. So they gave them these biscuits that were made of all kind of garbage. And what they did is it caused a smaller insulin spike, but that insulin spike stayed higher for way longer. So the body was constantly just secreting insulin. And then they found that almost every primate or every monkey that did this study ended up with insulin resistance down the road, ended up with diabetes. They went through multiple generations of stem cells in the pancreas by these fake processed foods and these fake processed sugars that you're finding in everything nowadays. Corn syrup, try to stay away from it. Just try as hard as you can to clean up your diet, and you'll notice not only you'll live long, you're going to feel a whole lot better. Remember, the brain is made of fat, so why not eat the majority of what we're made of? You know, don't worry as much about the fat content. Worry about eating healthy fats. Worry about eating the grass-fed beef. Worry about eating the free-range chicken. Worry about eating fresh fish. Now, don't get the farm-raised stuff that's loaded with omega-6s, which are inflammatory. Stick with the omega-3s, which are, you know, the wild-caught salmon, which you can get at Costco or you can get anywhere you want. But wild-caught, get those good omega-3s to decrease inflammation in the body, which is shown to be the root cause of almost every issue that we have. So a wellness myth I'd really like to bust, in my opinion, is the USDA food pyramid. I'm not a huge advocate of it. I think the whole pyramid should actually be upside down. I think we should be eating way less grains. I think we should be eating way more grass-fed beef. I think we should be eating less farm-raised stuff. I think we should be eating more fresh fish. I think that we should be eating way less processed foods that we're actually eating. But I think, you know, they're calling for multiple servings of grains. I mean, even when I was growing up, they said, hey, you should be eating all these cereals and all this stuff that's completely loaded with corn syrup. And now they're finding the exact opposite is happening, that we're having all these massive rises in diabetes. We're one of the most unhealthiest countries, countries in the world. And it's, I think, 99% due to our diet. Our soils are almost sterile at this point. They've had so much Roundup, so much stuff in them. The nutrients in our soils are pretty much gone. Now, if you talk to people, and I'm blessed to all the time, that go overseas, that go over to Italy, they say, you know what, I eat pasta every night. I drank a glass of wine and I lost 10 pounds. But I come here, I eat one dish of pasta and I put on 10 pounds. How in the world does that happen? It's because they control their soils. They know what they're eating. They're eating healthy foods. You know, they're eating good enriched soil food. And I would just tell you, just eat the healthy stuff.
So you heard it here, that there's a lot of information that we will be getting at our longevity summit. You heard it here. What to be excited about and inspired. I know I'm very excited to hear about what Dr. Brown is going to bring to us on November 6th. It's going to be a day, and I think Dr. Brown will be very pleased with this. We're going to be having a lot of very healthy, nourishing food throughout the day. And we will be nourishing you in your physicality, in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, in your soul. So it is a day filled with information, and Dr. Brown is going to bring it to us. Really high-level speakers are coming, including Dr. Brown. So mark your calendars. Make sure you make it a priority to join us for the Longevity Summit. Live strong, live long. And we'll see you November 6th at Mirasol Country Club in Palm Beach Gardens. Looking forward to it.